Ooh, what's going on YouTube? Frank the Tank here, back with another episode of MLB The Show 15 in our Toronto Blue Jays Fantasy Draft franchise. Today, the Toronto Blue Jays will take on the Tampa Bay Rays at home. The Blue Jays are 5-1 on the season, the Rays 4-2. Today, we're going to have Michael Wacha on the mound, who had an impressive start his first time out, 1-0 record with a 0 ERA. And we're facing up against Carlos Martinez, who is also 1-0 and has an impressive ERA on the season. So the Blue Jays look to continue their winning ways throughout the season. And we see a flash of the Rays lineup here. Nothing standing out that's going to be too tough for us to handle. Carlos Gomez and Ian Desmond in the middle of the lineup can cause some problems, but there's nothing that I don't think Michael Wacha can handle. So here we see Wacha. He went the full distance in his first start, 4 walks and 11 strikeouts. No runs given up, so he is going to be one of the bright spots for our rotation. And we are having our first home game for the franchise that you're seeing on YouTube in the Rogers Center, beautiful stadium in Toronto. So we're going to jump top of the first here, an 0-2 count on Michael Kadire, and Wacha gets him swinging on the changeup. And Wacha's going to have a good number of strikeouts today, nothing incredible, but I think he finishes the game with 6 or 7. Here we see him striking out Ian Desmond in the second inning on that curveball. So still top of the second here, Willeen Rosario at the plate, a 1-2 count, 1 out. Wacha wheels and delivers, and it is strike 3, the cutter low and outside. Rosario can't believe it. And Wacha, here we see top of the third again, 0-2 count on Robinson Chirinos, and he swings and misses at the curveball in the dirt. Perez onto first to get the out. So slow offensive inning so far for us, but we're going to pick it up here in the bottom of the third. Paul Goldschmidt up. Christian Yelich at first. Goldschmidt hits it down the right field line. That's off the wall. Yelich rounding second. He's rounding third. We're going to try to score him. The throw goes to second, and Yelich scores easily. So we are going to take a 1-0 lead. Paul Goldschmidt with the RBI double. Here we have Nelson Cruz up. The same inning. Goldschmidt still on second. Cruz gets the pitch and he smacks it into left field for a single. Goldschmidt going to round third. He will score easily. We are up to a 2-0 lead. So it's good that we're getting to Carlos Martinez early. So here we have Josh Donaldson at the plate. Nelson Cruz on first. Still the bottom of the third. 2 outs. Donaldson gets a pitch he can handle, and he smashes that ball deep to left field. He knows it's gone. The fans know it's gone. It is gone over the bullpens for a 2-run homer. And the Toronto Blue Jays now lead this game 4-0. So that's a good thing for us to get out. We're going to continue our offensive outburst, sort of from the last game where we put up 12 runs. And the Blue Jays are looking good early in the season. A lot of young players, a good young pitching staff, so it's really important that we score a lot of runs to take some of the pressure off of them. So here we're going to jump to the bottom of the fourth. Jock Peterson is on first base. I start to go back because he steps off. Peterson slides back into first, but it comes up that Jock Peterson pulled up lane following that last play and is clutching his hamstring. And MRI will determine whether it's a grade 1 or 2 tear, so that's not good. As you see Jock Peterson limping off the field here with the trainer and the manager. We do bring in Gregory Polanco to replace him, and let's just hope that's not too bad for Peterson. But here we jump top of the fifth with Willeen Rosario, still 4-0 game. We leave that one over the plate, and he absolutely crushes that for a solo home run, and it is now a 4-1 ball game. So a mistake pitch there by Wacha. Here we go, top of the seventh. This is not a replay. We leave one out over the plate again, and Rosario smacks another solo home run. So that's 2 mistake pitches to him, and he definitely makes us pay. So we now in a 4-2 ball game, and we got to try to get a couple of those runs back. Let's see if Wacha can rebound here. With Ben Revere coming to the plate. Top of the 8th, Wacha still in. Only 78 pitches leading off the top of the 8th, so we're going to try to get him to go the distance. Now Revere lays down a bunt. Josh Donaldson fields it barehand, throws on the first, great play, and they call him safe. Now, I included this play because this is one of the first challenges that I think this is the first challenge you see on my channel. This is one of those really cool features that they implemented into this game, and it's just another way to make this game as realistic as possible. You see Donaldson here throws on the first. He is clearly out, so we did go ahead and challenge that play. And it's cool because the umpires go and they put the headsets on, and you know, we get the sign from the dugout. He signals that we should challenge, assuming that's our bench coach. So he tells them we want to challenge it, and the umps will get together, put the headsets on, communicate with their guys in New York just to see if he was out or safe. Clearly out. But they will end up overturning this call and giving us the out. But I just think it's really cool that they bring him out, and there's the little, you know, MLB guy who brings out the replay stuff and calls him out, overturns the call, and you know, that's just one of the cool features of this year's game that I wanted to include. So we're going to jump here, the bottom of the eighth, Salvador Perez with a runner on first. I believe that's Josh Donaldson. Perez gets into one left center field, and that has just enough to get into the bullpen for a two-run homer. We are now up 6-2 in this game. And Salvador Perez is swinging a hot bat. I think that's 3 or 4 home runs for him on the year. And, you know, we mainly have him because he's a great defensive catcher, so any offensive output is good here. So we have top of the ninth. I want to leave WACHA in to try to get the complete game, but he hangs a curveball, and I thought I was going to be able to get to this, but that ball just sneaks over the fence for Ian Desmond, a solo home run. So top of the ninth, we are going to lift Michael WACHA after that. Pitched a great game, went 8 1/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, and 7 strikeouts. So he is... After this game, he will be 2-0 on the season. We bring in Joba Chamberlain, 3-2 count here, and he strikes out Robinson Chernos to end the game, and the Toronto Blue Jays pick up the victory here in Toronto to move to 6-1 on the season. So Michael WACHA gets the win. Some highlights for us: Josh Donaldson was 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Salvador Perez a home run and 2 RBIs. And Xander Bogaerts continues to swing a hot bat, going 3 for 4, and has that batting average up to 478 on the year. And after the game, Jock Peterson, they tell us he will only be out for a few days with a hamstring strain, so that's pretty good news. When it came up that it could be a tear. You know, we do have some good depth with Polanco on the bench, but that's always scary. You don't want to see one of your best young players go down like that. Especially Peterson, who's been hitting well for us. He has decent speed, and he's good in the outfield. So that's going to do it for this episode. Check out the other episodes, and stay tuned for another episode of the Toronto Blue Jays franchise. Check in the description. Follow me on Twitter at DiamondFrank. First 100 followers will be eligible for a PSN gift card giveaway. So thanks again for watching. Like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time.
You've been watching MLB The Show.